Here's section 4. I'll play through it first and then I'll teach it to you. Okay, here's section 4, lick number 1. Here's what it sounds like. A 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1. Now, as you can see, this is all in the second position here. So I'm going to start out not on beat 1. This is the trick with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So it starts on the end of 1, and it's going to be right here, a bar across the strings 4, 3, and 2 at the 2nd fret. And I'm going to play strings 3 and 2 with my middle and ring fingers, and then play string 4, frets 4 to 2. And now check out the phrasing of this, because this is where Albert Lee really shines, and his ability to play in the groove and then phrase it really so that it feels like it's part of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1. So in other words, it's the same lick that happens twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1. Now, from there, we're going to play on the 5th string. We're going to slide into the 4th fret, single notes. 4th string, we're going to play frets 2 to 4. Now comes this interesting double stop, another trademark. So I'm going to bar across strings 3 and 2 at the 2nd fret, pluck them, and then pull both off so that I'm playing them both as open notes. And that's how I actually get them to sound. I don't play them. I use this note is actually, notes are actually sounded by a pull-off. And you want to get very, very rigid articulation. You don't want it to be mushy sounding. No, it's got to be very strict. That's another part of Albert Lee's trademark. It's his killer sense of time. So after you pull off to the double stops, then you go back and you play string 5 at frets 3, 2, and open. And the first lick sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1. And we finish off with the double stops here at fret 2 of string 4 and 3. And then the open A. And that's just kind of I don't know how you'd call that, maybe a place to rest for a minute in between licks. Kind of a response to the first half of it. Here's section 4, lick number 2. We're going to be up in the 7th position. We're going to bar across strings 4, 3, and 2 at the 7th fret. We're going to play then those 2 notes, strings 3 and 2, using your fingers, and then play the 4th string, fret 9 to 7. And like in the first lick, we do not start on 1. We start on the end of 1. And it's basically the same thing, just moved up a 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1. Play that twice, then back here into the 2nd position. Now we answer the first phrase. We'll call that a call, and we'll call the answer to that the response. So we have a call and response, an old rock and roll blues trick. So, second lick. Oh no, we got to go down here first. We're going to go back to the second position for the second lick and finish it like this. Which is 5th string, slide up to the 4th fret. 4th string, frets 2 and 4. Then the double stops at the 2nd fret and play them and then pull off. So we get those double stops from a hammer off, or from a, I'm sorry, what am I saying? From a pull off. And then I'm going to play the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then play the 5th fret of the 3rd string, bend it a little bit, put a little grease on it, and then down to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Now, let's go back and review that second lick so we hear what it sounds like played in its entirety. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1. Now we'll go to the third lick of section 4. Here's what it sounds like. Again, don't play on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now, one of Albert Lee's signatures, again, is his articulation of triplets. So we're going to start by sliding on the 5th string up to the 11th fret from the 10th fret with our 3rd finger. And then on the 4th string, frets 9 and 11 rather. And then the double stops barred with your 1st finger at fret 9 on strings 3 and 2. Now, check it out. I'm not playing on beat 1, so I'm going to start this whole thing on the end of 1. 1. 1. Very important, otherwise it won't come out right. It won't sound right. So once you get that, the double stops, go back to the 4th string, fret 11, then move that whole shape down a whole step. And play first the double stops on strings 3 and 2, 7th fret, 4th string, fret 9, and play chromatically down from fret 9 to fret 7, single notes. Then I go down to the 5th fret, play the note on string 4, hammer on to fret 6, and then finally wind up on the E note on fret 7 of course string 5. Let's go back and remember that one again. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That went by awfully quick. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So the essence of that is those triplets being very well articulated. Here's the 4th lick of section 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this one's fairly simple. We're going to start here with an A triad. It's kind of fingered in an unusual way. What happens is I'm going to bar across the first 3 strings at fret 9. And then I'm going to add to that my 2nd finger on fret 10 of the 2nd string. And I have 3 notes there, an A chord, of course. I'm going to pluck the first 2, the top 2 with my fingers. Real staccato. And then with my pick, I'm going to come down on the 3rd string and play. I'm going to actually, no, pull off would be a better way to do it. From fret 12 to fret 9. So you play the double stops with your fingers, and then the pull off with your pick. Then we're going to move from there down a whole step, get the same chord shape down a whole step, play the double stops, but this time you're going to pull off from a whole step above the 9th fret to the 7th fret. So the only difference really is the distance between the notes of the pull off. Now listen closely in there, there's a ghost note. Okay, now, if you can think about it, you're really subdividing this whole thing into 16th notes, which is a fancy way to say taka, 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 taka. In other words, break each beat into 4 even parts. So 1 E and 2 E and da 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 da. And the last dot, the 4th 16th note of that note is played as the 3rd string as a ghost note. It sounds trivial, but in this style, it really adds a lot. It really makes what they call teleplaying. The essence of teleplaying or Telecaster playing is all those little things that are there, but you don't really know they're there. So I'm telling you what they are right now, some of them anyway. So you hear it? I'm just playing, believe it or not, I'm just letting my hand go and playing the 3rd string open. You can hear it. It adds just enough so that you can sense that there's something going on here besides just another lick. Okay, so that's that part. Then you move down to the 5th position. You're going to start by barring across strings 4, 3, and 2 at the 7th fret, but playing only strings 3 and 2. With your middle and ring fingers again, and again, pluck really hard. Don't soft pedal this thing. Just yank the strings. Then play the first a bar with your first finger across strings 3 and 2 at the 5th fret, and I play them pulling again hard, and this time kind of twisting my first finger around so it bends the 3rd string just a little bit. Again, I'm getting into some details now that are the essence of this style. And then finally wind up on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Now, let's go back and play section 4 in its entirety at a reduced tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. One. Two, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4.